Good morning, everyone. Daniel here, creator of the Relationship Model of Addiction, and I'm here as a relationship trainer on your path of recovery, transitioning out of unhealthy and addictive relationships and into healthy, emotionally nourishing relationships. That's what recovery is all about. And with this information and training, it's going to help you tremendously. So every week, I'm doing these video blogs about the recovery journey and the stages that you go through. We talked about breaking up, first stage, developing a relationship with yourself, second stage, and third stage, when you have a self and a relationship with yourself, you'll be then empowered to create qualitatively different relationships, emotionally nourishing relationships and intimate relationships that's going to feed you and nourish you and make you feel great about yourself, about your life, about your relationships, and you'll be a different person. You'll no longer be in your addiction. You'll be on a path of recovery and growth and connection to other people. So let's backtrack a little bit. I always want to kind of pick up from where we left off, and we're now in a part of the process here where we're talking about the developing a relationship with yourself and relationships with others. So we're somewhere between the second and third stage of recovery. And so just for a little review, to get these concepts down, I want to keep saying the same information to you in the same words so you know they sink in. But what is a self? What does a relationship with yourself mean? Self begins with awareness. Self is where awareness meets your experience. And then you act based on what that awareness is. Having a relationship with yourself means that at any given point in time, you're self-aware and connected, emotionally attuned, and at any given point in time, you could say what it is that you're thinking, feeling, wanting, what's going on with you at any given point in time. So that gives you the ability to represent yourself accurately so people can get you, feel you, appreciate you, see you. And then when you're emotionally tuned in to yourself, you're also open and you're opened up and you have access to your emotions, and you could feel your way into other people and feel them, and there lies that connection and that bridge that you build with the other person of understanding and love. So it's all about, it begins, the quality of your relationships extends from the quality of your relationship with yourself. Okay, so we got that down. That's what having a relationship with yourself means. Now, when you have that self and that relationship, I'm kind of wanting to kind of whet your appetite a little bit in terms of looking at having something to look forward to at this later stage, this third stage, when you're creating more emotionally nourishing and intimate relationships. And last week we talked about two very, very, very key processes that you can practice with people in your life, and those were checking in and comparing notes. And again, review, checking in is just being able, with any person you're in a relationship with, stop, let's do a relationship check-in. Are you up for it? I'd like to do a relationship check-in. Where are we at with each other? What's going on in our relationship? We feeling close? We feeling connected or not? We have enough time together or not enough time together? You're feeling some issues, some resentment, some bitterness, some conflicts. What's in the space? And then comparing notes is about systematically, formally, explicitly comparing. This is where I'm at right now. Where are you? This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm wanting. This is what's going on for me. What's going on with you? And what that does is it creates a boundary and clarifies. It's a built-in boundary and makes it clear that this is me and that's you. And it's creating space for you both to be fully present. And for instance, when you say what you want, something that you both want, and you hear each other, automatically you're creating a space for both of your wants to be represented, as opposed to one or the other, either or one coming at the expense of the other. Remember, we're shifting the paradigm from unhealthy relationships to healthy ones. This is part of the process. Comparing notes is a tremendous skill. The more you do it, the better relationships you're going to have, the more connected you're going to be. So I want to add today, I wanted to kind of briefly summarize and add a couple of other practices to kind of add to comparing notes and checking in, relationship checking in. And those are, the one thing I did not mention last week when we were talking about this is that what you want to do is get agreement, is to be looking at your partner, talking to your partner, anyone, the person you're in relationship with, and getting agreement that this is, do you have the time? Are you ready? Are you open? Would you like to? Can we spend time checking in? This is what I'd like to do. Are you up for it? Can you meet me there? So get that agreement before you just start running into that process, because if your partner's not with you on it, it's going to go sideways. It's not going to really be fruitful, and all that good, juicy, connective stuff that could come from that is going to happen, because he might resent it, he won't come out, he or she won't come out as much. The other thing, another thing I wanted to add, again, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, just kind of planting a seed. I talked about this months ago, but now in this context, I'm going to revisit it. And that is a very key principle that I developed that I call the 51-49% factor, which is the optimal balance for an intimate relationships, the balance between your connection to yourself and your connection to the other. So, you know, how this goes is that in every relationship that you have, there are two relationships, the one with the other person and the one with yourself. So if you look at a pie, if you just imagine a pie, that is your relationship. Imagine a slightly bigger piece of the pie for your relationship with yourself, and a slightly less of the size pie, like 51% of the pie for you, that you command that amount of space, that ground is bigger than the ground that is left over for your relationship with the other person. So your relationship with yourself is always primary. You're always relying on that. That connection with yourself is going to dictate and determine what it is you say, what it is you communicate, and ultimately your decisions and actions, how you live your life. So getting back to the agreements that I'm talking about, this would be really great in all of your relationships if you can establish this agreement that you're going to align in purpose and strive for this balance, this 51-49% balance. And what that's going to entail is an explicit agreement that you have, that like you are going to support your partner taking care of themselves primarily and looking out for themselves. What's most important is that they take care of themselves and consider what their truth is and what's going on with them before they consider you. And you are going to be doing the same. You're going to be acting in kind, where you want your partner to support you taking care of yourself primarily. So you're supporting each other, taking care of yourselves and establishing that as a priority explicitly. So you do this, you are going to see major transformation in the quality of your relationships. So these are practices that I'm talking about. And again, I want to kind of whet your appetite for what's in store for you as you move from second stage to third stage of recovery. So that's it for today. Take the show on the road and work it into your relationships. And until I see you again, the quality of your relationships is the quality of your life.